Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host Rob. This video we're going to be discussing some recent things that have been breaking on the Godzilla front, and we're going to go over them, assess them, look at some pictures, and figure out what's what. Okay guys, welcome back. So lots happened today. Today is Saturday, January 25th, and I've been recovering from being sick the last couple of days. Started off as a pretty bad cold last night, turned into a fever, which I finally got over, I would say, late this afternoon. Feeling much better now. So but during that time, I've been receiving tons of email, droves of email, because apparently a lot of stuff went down today. There's a website reporting that a trailer is coming out on the 7th. Another toy picture has been released, or at least supposed toy picture. And there were also some pictures released in terms of trying to promote the whole Muto thing again. We'll get into all three. The first thing I want to start with is the toy. Now, I'm going to pull up the picture that I recently saw today. A lot of you emailed me with this picture, and so I can't. It's really kind of hard for me to give credit on who hit me up first about it, because quite frankly, I would say there was about 20 or 30 people, and when I finally got a chance to start clearing my emails, I had about close to 300 emails, not only just from individuals, but just overall certain updates, comments, and stuff like that. So it took a lot of time for me to peel through that. But look, here's the deal with the picture. We don't know if it's legit or not. It looks very much like the one that released a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to say that it's probably in the realm of possibility, just not confirmed. And, that's what it comes down to, guys, is confirmation. Now, the other thing that happened today was there's a website that supposedly is saying, and this website is called EMILEEID. I'll put the link in the description. I don't know. I've never heard of this website. I don't know if they're legit or not. But they're reporting today that February 7th, which is on a Friday, will be the next Godzilla trailer release. Now, I guess it's possible. I mean, Lego movie comes out that day. That's from Warner Brothers. So I guess that would make some sense. But do you put a movie that's this dark in front of a kid movie? I don't know. I don't know if you do that. I know they're aiming probably for a PG-13, but this is a kind of movie, Lego, that's going to have a lot of kids under 13. So I don't know if you, and don't get me wrong, I know there's going to be a lot of general Lego fans that are going to be out there watching the movie, especially if you play a lot of the Lego games. They're pretty entertaining. A lot of adults play them. There's a lot of adults that are still very much into collecting Lego for the nostalgia, the collection factor, things of that nature. So I know it's not just going to be kids, but it still doesn't make sense for me for them to release it that day. But now, whether or not this guy is legit or this website is legit, whatever it is, I don't know. But I will say one thing. Apparently, according to him, the Godzilla movie's coming out May 15th on a Thursday. So, I mean, that right there, and it's one very short paragraph, and he's showing the poster and the YouTube of the trailer, I don't know. And then to go along with that, the Twitter guy who supposedly or made the attempt, well, him and it's not just him. Plenty of people attempted to predict the Godzilla trailer the first time around for The Hobbit, which, if you guys have been with me for a while and you've seen my videos, that's not a big time prediction, because at the time people started jumping on that bandwagon, The Hobbit was really the only movie left that would make perfect sense for the Godzilla film. So, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's in front of The Hobbit, it's in front of The Hobbit. And as you well know, they were all wrong, actually, because it came out before The Hobbit. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm going to say no on February 7th until I actually see it. I hope I'm wrong. I would love shit. I would love to see one on the 7th or a little before the 7th or whatever the case may be. But I'm not buying it right now. So, and then the last thing was, and like I said, that link will be in the description if you guys want to check out that website. The last thing was these Muto pictures that were released from the Muto site on Facebook. These, I can tell you right now, were crap. There's no legitimacy to this. Basically, it's just a fan site with Muto on it. It's not official. If you guys go to Twitter or Facebook, you can tell which accounts are officially from the company and which accounts aren't. The ones that are officially from the company will say on the account or on the page somewhere, official. It'll say, in other words, this is the site for the company. Everything else is fan. Basically, this person just took a bunch of pictures of military people who were in Africa and saying that there were Muto pictures of the resistance moving in Africa. It's just a bunch of crap. I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen it. I'll flash a couple of pictures here real quick. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'll flash a couple of pictures here real quick for you guys to check that out. But again, and I'll put the link in the description if you want to even bother to go see it. Just, and again, I'm not going to flash a lot. Just maybe 2 pictures. It's just pictures of military guys in Africa, probably Peace Corps, maybe helping out, training troops, who knows. But one thing's for sure, if it was a legit Muto thing, so to speak, for lack of a better word, they would have that Muto patch that we've seen so many times in the legitimate pictures. So, all this stuff today, just for the most part, guys, here's the bottom line. I'm going to get into this real quick and try and end this on this note. Until you hear the word from the official company, chances are everything else you hear is just a load of crap. There are a lot of people out there who want to pretend to have an inside scoop when they don't. Even if they get something right, 9 times out of 10, it's just a lucky guess. Let's not mistake people who have a good understanding of the process of elimination for someone who has an inside source. There've been plenty of people who say, "Oh, I have a source, but I can't tell." Well, you know what? That's no different than just bullshitting. Really, it really isn't. I mean, and if you really do have an inside source and you can't give who the person is, then don't even give the scoop, because people are going to question you. The bottom line is, why people do this is beyond me. They're not getting paid. They're not going to get a medal, and quite frankly, no one's going to remember them. Me and Brian Crockett, I said this time and time again. I've even shown clips. I've edited it in. Me and Brian Crockett, back in September, we predicted the Hobbit trailer, and technically we were still wrong, but we started that conversation a month before people jumped on that bandwagon. Nobody knew that. Nobody remembers these people. So, it's like no one's gonna remember. If I came out and I predicted all the things I did in my video and half of that was true, no one's going to come back and remember. A prime example, here's a perfect example of people not remembering whether or not people have a scoop or people have good prediction abilities. The guy who saw the trailer a week before it came out, everybody called bullshit on him. Even I called bullshit on him. And I made a video about it and everything. The guy turned out to be right. You want to know how many people who saw that video I made came back and mentioned he was right? Maybe 2. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers. So what I would say is just let these people have their fun, I guess. Just don't take it seriously. Enjoy it for what it is at the moment, which is, oh, wow, look at that, and then let it go. In terms of the toys, again, it looks like it could be legit. It looks very much like the design we see. It doesn't look like it does in the trailer, but I have a feeling what we're going to see in the movie is going to look a lot different than the toy anyway, because we're going to see certain movements and certain reactions from the movie monsters that we cannot get from a toy. So I would say let's not judge the movie on the toy. Now, whether or not this toy is legit, I don't know. I would say there's enough evidence to prove that it's not legit. You know what I mean? But who knows? A couple of people mentioned that the spikes on the toy were very, very small. That's true. But I think, and somebody else mentioned on the Nation group page, that's probably for child protection, and that's a good point. I think that's probably why the spikes have been shortened up a little bit. But again, that's if this is even a legit toy. So, overall, guys, the trailer will be here when it's here. When Legendary deems that we should know about it, they'll let us know. A good place to look is the Alberta Film Ratings. website, that's a good place to look. If they say February 7th is the day it's going to come out, then I would check that website on about February 4th, February 3rd to see if it's been listed, and then go from there. But outside of that, it's just more, you know, I don't want to say it's more bullshit. I mean, we don't, you know, some of it is, but for the most part, it's just more hoopla. You know, it's unfortunate. I don't know. I've never seen a movie get this much counter. Like I'm looking for the term here. Let's just call it what it is. I've never seen a movie get so many people into it that are just talking a lot of crap, or just trying to one up each other on getting breaking news. I don't know what the obsession is on that. And I personally have never seen it happen in a movie before, but this I would just let it go, guys. This, if you see, unless you hear from Legendary and Warner Brothers, at this point, this is going to happen a lot. It's been happening so much in the last 6 weeks. It's actually gotten worse. It's gotten to the point where I actually have a hard time keeping up. So, you know, anybody who says anything that's not Legendary or not Warner Brothers, just take it for a grain of salt. And I would, for the most part, not believe them. And don't feel bad if you don't believe them and they come out to be right. So they happen to be right. Big deal. What does it matter? They're not going to get a reward. You know, you're not going to get anything out of it, whether you believe them or not. So it doesn't matter either way. Just the one who has the final say is Legendary and Warner Brother. Everybody else's word is worth a shit, including mine. And that's that. Take it easy, guys. See you next video.